But again, to be honest, Arsenal was in a weak position of strength. You're gonna let money go out the door, so you would always try haggle in it. You get what you negotiate in that. What have you lot been saying? Because I was kind of just getting through that. Big up you lot tuning in. Belgium, Yaya Toure, they said, aye, that was company. We never said that. That was company. Company needs to get done for fraud. He changed it. And I don't think them comments helped. DG, don't you think we need like 2-3 very good midfielders? Yeah, but you know what I think and what I would like and what actually is going to happen and what you want, as you know, two very different realities, man. So it is what it is. The Congo needs a loan. Would you take Cucurella and Mitrovic? I take Cucurella. I'm not really keen on Mitrovic. Bring Rafinha to the carpet. Won't happen though, but brilliant player. Amen. Can't win the league with nice guys. All right, man. Listen, I appreciate that. Any other YouTubers? It don't just like, bro. If you know, just any what people saying, whatever, just let them, man. I'm not here to talk about next people. I know you're not either. I'm just saying that. Fuck them, innit? We know what we're doing. Woolwich should sign the whole of the Tottenham team. Look at this guy. Man said Woolwich. Hey, come on, man. We came all the way from South London and gave you lot titles, man. You lot won a battle. We've won the war still, man. You lot take our captain and win the league at our ground and we can talk. Matt, good sport, but I have to, man. Got nothing else in it. Trust, no family discount. Again, Arteta might not be rated because I can't get no family discount on Gab Jesus. You know, Pep Guardiola's giving 6 points to the scum down the road, even when they had Nuno. But hey, I don't know, 55 million for the 25-year-old Premier League proven striker at the top level, no brainer. I mean, we've done a lot worse. 55 million comes cheap. Pepe's Javinho 2.0. I'd take Jesus. Would he take you? Being a bit sour, man. Dybala is a good player, but it stinks of a Willian type situation. Dybala hasn't showed world-class football in like 2 years. DG, how do you find Teespring? Found them pretty poor. Poor with what? Is what it is. Just subscribed and hit the like button. Big up you, man. Hope you're doing well, eh? Man said, whatever reason you're at hospital, you were bantering me for a good 20 minutes because I can't walk for 4 weeks. It's all entertainment, and you were sending for me. It's all entertainment. Shout out to you, man. But you were sending for me. You can't send for me. I hope you got your granny buggy, man. Big up to you. It's nice to see you here, man. I mean, selling Gabriel, we're just putting more holes in our team, innit, really? Because now you have to find another centre-back, and everyone's going to know that you need another centre-back, and people don't want to let go of good players. Yep, not feeling positive about the future outlook of this club. Would be nice to at least see the off-field management improve with early window decisiveness. What's happening with Torreira? You're going to have to see, innit? If I had to make an educated guess, what? You've got a year left on your deal. You've been quite good at Fiorentina. Writings on the wall. It's probably never been a better time to move on. You're comfortable in Italy as well. There was a big song and dance about off field with Torreira, so that's that, innit? Same people turning down the Barla want an Eddie deal. People need to realize this ain't FIFA. You don't flash funds and land who you want. Players got power now, so you got to find that middle ground between 1-2 luxury players and the rest bang average till Champions League comes. Why do I have the feeling that Saliba really doesn't want to come back? Everything he said so implied this, I think. I mean, at this point, as I said, if whoever wants to stay, stay. Whoever wants to go, go. You're all free to live life how you want, man. Maybe we snatch up Richarlison. Looks like a good replacement for Lacazette. I mean, we could do a lot worse. Not really keen on it, but I could get behind it, I guess. Really and truly. I can't blame if Saka leaves. Saka can't leave. If he goes, he goes, man. Is what it is, man. There's a lot wrong with the club, so I don't like. Obviously, definitely don't want the good players to leave, but it is what it is, man. If you want to cut. If you want to stay, stay. Simple as that. I can't begrudge anyone. Just do what you're doing, innit? The biggest issues are the ownership. Seriously spending monies on banners stating Kroenke's out instead of buying merchandise and renewal of season tickets. Oh, yes, the buying of merchandise and season tickets, that's going to make a difference. We can stomp our feet and have our opinions. Reality is the manager's been given a new deal. The owners are not going to stop what they're doing. You know, I'm not saying anyone let the Kroenkes go away, but you know, none of this was really being said while we was winning. And to be fair to you, is this season's alleged failure, as I said, you know, finishing in August 5th would have been okay. But is Arsenal's alleged failure this season on the Kroenkes? I don't know. Historically, maybe since they've walked in, but is this season achieving results or not? Is it on them? I don't know. And I'm by no means defending them. But what I would say is, if you're doing that, please if you're asking people to do that, Mr. Ferro or whatever, please make sure that you're not buying merchandise, you ain't got a season ticket, and you're spending your peas on banners and that. Practice what we preach. Every now and again, I get this, you need to be leading the protests and all of this. What the fuck do you want me to do, blood? Like man's not going to sit here. You know, when you see people outside preaching the word of God and whatnot outside the train stations and that. Come on, if Kroenke's in, think about it. If I'm the owner of Arsenal like Kroenke, and I don't give a shit what you lot think, and you're shouting outside my stadium, I'm just going to shut the window, blood. You're going to have to go home eventually. I'm not saying, listen, people are free to do what they want, whether they want to. You get it? I'm not saying don't protest, don't do what you're doing, but like, what's that going to do? And if you're asking people to do that, make sure you're doing that. But here we are, using the internet. I like Arteta, but he's definitely skating on thin ice at the moment. Arteta is definitely privileged that Arsenal. Unai Emery got rubbed out for only losing 3 Premier League games up the end. Do you know what, boy? He's stopped getting bums on seats in the stadium. I don't think Arteta arguably there's been more togetherness. This is why we need you, DG, in those Arsenal press conference room. 100% faith you'd ask the right questions. I appreciate that, Rochelle. That's probably why not. You know, really. That's probably why I wouldn't be there. Do you think we should potentially be able to loan young? I've said I think football's going to be like that. Managers will go on loan one day. So, yeah, man. Too many of these Arteta in people are very biased for some reason. It's cultish, man. In and out. I do hear you, but what are the main points Arteta needs to improve? Bro, I would say the team first and foremost. You know, what if you left tomorrow, what is the team? Not the inner intricacies of the team, the building blocks. What is the team? It's not an attack. I don't know what Arsenal is. I see a bunch of young players and cool, but we're not great attacking. It's not a mad defensive thing. What is the team? So I would say the identity, Arteta's identity. You know, Arteta's Arsenal identity, not what I want Arsenal to be. I don't know what it is. I would say sometimes I think he retains faith in players that don't deserve it. I'd say man management, especially when we look at Aubameyang, can get better. And I would say manage the fixture calendar, because I think at times he's unnecessarily bottled. I don't understand the Brighton game. I don't understand the Burnley game. I don't understand Crystal Palace at home, let alone the away one. There's several times where I think sometimes the manager's fucked it. Sometimes the players have fucked it. Collectively, we're all in this together, innit? Like, no one, if we got Champions League, I know people probably would have, but it's not just an Arteta thing. If players are doing Kalam things, can I really get at them? If the manager's telling you to do something and you're doing it, then I have to look at the manager. If the manager's told you to do something and you're not doing it, I can't really, you get it. So we're all in this together. Everyone has to hold their licks. Say, other than that, well, it is what it is. But as you know, we're a mixed bag as a club. This is why sometimes we're doing all right and now we crumbled, innit? What more can I say, mate? PG, between Telemans, Melo, and Aouar, who do you think is the best game controller? Probably Arthur Melo, you know. Probably. In terms of, you ask me, just retaining the ball, trying to dictate the tempo, I would say I think Telemans could learn to do that a lot better, and I'd say Aouar can do it, but he does it. He's a bit hot and cold with it. So at that particular aspect, I'd say that, man. Every season, we always have the same talking points. In isolation, we made some improvements, but overall, we've still, to be honest, the process is slow. KSC is not serious, in my opinion. Trust. Bro, Arteta will be here for our 21-year, waiting to win bigger trophies or in better shape to be in the top 3. One thing I don't like with Arteta is that he doesn't give any confidence to squad players. Like Xhaka burns out and he wonders why Pepe can't. That's a lie, I think. That's a lie. I know I'm going to say 2 names that are probably good. People are going to be like, what are you talking about? But He gave faith to Cedric, and there was a time Arsenal fans sat here in a little period in the season said we don't need a backup right back. Holding was atrocious against Spurs. They all loved him for stepping in against West Ham, etc. El Nene, it's all New Deal talk. Lacazette was a sideman. He's come back in. You know, at times he's retained faith in Tavares. So I do think there are reasons to criticize, but I don't think that's true necessarily. And at the same time, players have to remain confident in themselves. It's impossible to keep everybody happy at a football club. And I do think in comparison to last season or previously, I think Arteta's done better at that. Still not good enough. Still not saying he's free from criticism, but you get the point. Or at least I hope you do. If we don't win Europa next season, I'd say Arteta's time is done, even if we win and finish 8th, to be honest. To be fair, if you don't get top 4, you should be gone. As I said, you're going to live or die for me, the league position and Europa League. For me, I'd say first priority, the league position. You don't finish 4th, that's where I'm looking at. You get to the final, I'll cut you a bit of slack. I want you to win it, but anything can happen in the final. You need to get to the Europa League final. You need to get to you need to qualify as high as you can in terms of the league positions. I can't lie, I'm an Arsenal man, and I think even though he's won it a couple of times, throughout your tenure here, when we went out to Southampton, and I know injuries didn't help us this season that's finishing, but I think you're kind of disrespecting as we're trying to create something for these young players. I want us to win trophies quickly. Arteta's got an FA Cup. I swear one of the first trophies Klopp won was the League Cup. I might be capping. So I want to do that, but I'm not really on you for that. So I would say really it's Europa and the league. I want to go to the FA Cup fight. Well, all cups I want to go to the finals. 2 of the 3 that we'll be competing in. You really need to get there. For me, you need to get 4th in it. Like, if you're not getting, because then after that, then there's nothing. You need to keep moving. DG leading the pro. Brother, what the man want me to do, blood? Like, what am I meant to do, cuz? Like, serious. Like, what am I meant to do, man? People thought Josh Kroenke was different. This fan, but bro, his last name, innit? I don't want to hold you accountable for the sins of your father, but you're on the Jesse March thing, just gas up nonsense. They probably are unfit. Saka's been overplayed. As poor as Ben White was, we all know he came into that game with Newcastle with injury issues. Gabriel the same, Tomiyasu same. So squad management needs to improve. The rehabilitation. Don't know what's happened with Tomiyasu. Don't know what's happened with Partey since he's been here. Tierney's a bit of a flight risk. Again, there's stuff we need to learn from, innit? Again, we can splash the cash, but I just want Dons to buy correctly, man. All or nothing's going to be so dead. No, I don't think so. Definitely not if you're a rival fan, innit? I genuinely believe Arsenal players are tuned in too much to social media and platforms like AFTV. They aren't mentally built to withstand the online thing. Do you think guys like Henry would be faced? To be fair, who are AFTV to? Respectfully, to AFTV or anyone that does YouTube, I hear it. It's irrelevant. When you was playing well, it wasn't because of AFTV. When you're playing badly, it's not because of them. Respectfully, all that. Of course, the fans' opinions matter. But if we listen to fans' opinions, we would have got relegated in August, and you lot wouldn't have got into this top 4 debate. So it's irrelevant. All that matters is the manager. The manager's the one picking the team. I don't matter. You don't matter. Beyond the obvious, the manager. If the world thinks you're shit and the manager thinks you're good, football's a game of opinions. His opinion takes precedent because he's the one playing and has to justify it. Now, whether him playing you makes you succeed or not is another thing. It's irrelevant. Turn it off. Control what you see. Of course, social media pressure, and we've seen many examples, is ridiculous. But I don't sit there and think Arsenal are thinking, oh, AFTV, oh, what are they thinking? Who gives a crap? Fans are fickle, bro. El Nene, new deal. It stinks up the place. No new deal. It's irrelevant. Do I think they tune in? Probably. I don't know why people have a narrow thing. I can only be accountable of myself. I always say on my channel, I don't tell you what to think. I just tell you to think. Stadium vlog. I mean, when I go to games, I like to watch the games. If anything, when I used to do them, when I go to the games before halftime and after. Nothing against it, but I'm not been one of the. I just want to watch the game. I'm not them dons where we scored and I'm gonna do all of that and all the mad stuff, man. He does, but respectfully, whether Xhaka does or doesn't, they slated him. We've all seen the images when they see him when they saw him, they asked for pictures in that. So it is what it is, and Xhaka has a lot of support within the Arsenal fan base. Obviously, we're kind of at where we're at with Xhaka, and I won't quite say relations have been mended, but you've seen, his pictures in the car with things and whatnot. Well, all that matters is Arsenal, innit? Like AFTV or any YouTube thing is not speaking for Arsenal fans. They might be Arsenal fans speaking for themselves, and it is just one small section of a global fan base. So it is what it is. People are gonna love you, then hate you, then love you. Just be accountable, innit? As long as you can go to bed knowing you gave your best, that's all I ask for, anyways. I always ask because that's all I ask for myself. If I don't achieve something or I achieve something, as long as I know I've given it my all in my conscience, that's it. That's all I ask for these players. And I know that hasn't been the case in the last 2 games. That's why I'm on to you lot. If you lot gave it your all and you lost to Liverpool, and I'm not Liverpool, Newcastle and Spurs, what can I say? That happens with football. When you cheat yourselves now and you do fickle things and you're making the same mistakes, this is when I'm like, whoa, what's happening here, sort of thing. I told you, lot. I don't want to be I told you so, but this is it, bro. Like, this one game a week, this not being in Europe will give us up. It's all bullshit. When you actually break it down, people don't. I'm not being funny, but the people understand what football is. The people understand the 38 game calendar. The people understand that there's still going to be injuries. The people don't understand that we're Arsenal fans. We know how this script goes. We should be over prepared, not under prepared. If anything, we should have too many players, than too little. I do like how we've got a smaller squad. There's a bit more togetherness. There's been good examples, but fundamentally, you play stupid games. Eventually, you're going to win stupid prizes, aren't you? There's no way around it, unfortunately. And we have. Surely the only way to know a team is at their worst. Everyone's sitting there now and saying, oh, but we never had Partey and Dini and this. And that's true. But somehow we won against United, Man United, West Ham United, and Chelsea without the... Obviously, do I think we fundamentally Thomas Partey or Kieran Tierney? To a slight degree, but no. Like, there was definitely enough to show a lot more. Worse teams have asked questions of these teams, really. Or worse technical players. Football is about a lot more than ability. And I do think with Arsenal fans, people really discount how mental the game is. If you ain't got it upstairs, it's a myth. I can't lie, in the grand scheme of things, come on now. I don't think they give a fuck about that. I hear it though.